Hey guys, my name is Bando, this is Brexit Bando. Thank you for watching my video this morning, if you did, and I apologise for all the huffing and puffing. I'm really enjoying a lovely chest infection at the moment. It's Heresy Thursday, and the Mechanicum have some heavy support choices. It's nice to see some actual plastic kits in Heresy Thursday again, even if it is for the Mechanicum, and even if it is for tanks. I'd rather have that than just the constant deluge of resin characters. So this Heresy Thursday, the Tech Priests of Mars are unveiling 2 new plastic tanks and a heavy support box. So first up we have the Krios Battle Tank. The Krios Battle Tank is a Mechanicum only unit. It is one of their very weird and wonderful tanks and can take a myriad of different weapons. I won't pretend to understand them. I've never even looked at the stat lines for any of them, but they do look cool. They're very interesting, they're very archaic. And then we have the Karaknos Assault Tank, which is a variant of the Triaros Armoured Conveyor, which we've already had access to. This is an artillery and heavy weapons platform version of what is essentially the Mechanicum Land Raider. Both of these kits used to be Forge World resin kits. They were kind of popular, however, they did have some problems with the moulding. This front end especially was particularly nasty at chewing up moulds, from what I'm told. This is great. I really like the look of them both. Yeah, I think both of these tanks are solid, and it's good that we have them. I'd rather we get things like this out of the way. I was quite surprised, as there is one remaining plastic Mechanicum character to come. There is one more HQ for the Mechanicum that is not released with a model yet. It's in the rulebook. I can't remember his name, Magister something or other. In all the artwork you see, it's basically the Forge World, like Warlord or Titan Tech Priest. However, he's not named as such, and I don't think that model's actually available anymore, so a re-release would be nice, even if it is a re-release with a rename. So yeah, moving their units over to plastic, getting actually the kits out of the way, is a good thing. Hopefully we get to see things like the new Mechanicum Knights. Those were rumoured quite a while ago to be coming to plastic. We do have the shell, or the main chassis, for that style of knight available, with things like the Cerastus Knights. They do share the same body, it's just the armour panels that are different and the weapons. And then, whether or not they decide to redo the Pelasts and the other Tech Guard, pardon me, which would be good if they do. Let's get one of these antacids in before the acid kills me. It would be good to see them getting redone so they fit the aesthetic of the Secutari HQ that came out the other week. And then the only thing missing next would be a lot of the robots, things like the Vorax, the Artilax, the Domitars, which I'm very surprised we haven't seen in plastic yet at all. I thought we'd see the Artilax quite soon, but I'm wrong. Maybe next week. There's plenty of Thursday left in the year. We are only 1 month down, but it's crazy to think that it's February already. It's not even February already. We're through the first week of February already. Time really does start going fast when you get older, guys. It kind of sucks. But good looking tanks, and I do like this classic red Mechanicum look. Lots of salty tears from all of the 40k Mechanicum guys. Lots of people disappointed that this Mechanicum is proper cyber horror, very kind of archaic tech, and then 40k is like lol so random steampunk aesthetic. And I agree, I do not like 40k Mechanicum. There are very few units I'd like to transport back, one of them being the Iron Strider. I think the Iron Striders are cool, but should be in like a squadron, in my opinion. But alongside these two tanks, they're going to be released in the Mechanicum Heavy Support Force. which is a bundled box set containing both of the new tanks and the new Thanatar Calyx, which we already have one Thanatar variant. This is the second one with the giant las cannon and gravity fist. A very nice variant, a good unit. It's an interesting box. It's completely out of left field. I like the idea of it. I like the idea that we can get these box sets and, you know, they just like, hey, we're going to do a wave of stuff. It's going to be released in a box set and then it will come out separately. Because I like buying big box sets. I'd rather have a bigger box set and buy this than have to buy the parts individually. Even if I don't want, say, like, the Thanatar, I'd rather buy it this way. Like, I'm never going to buy a Spartan. I'm never going to buy a Spartan assault tank on its own. Okay? I will buy another AOD box, and I know Molly is already frantically crafting a meme with, like, a 5th AOD box. Because I have 4 of them. I would buy an entire AOD box rather than buying just a Spartan on its own. Because for me, the value is there. Like, I don't see the point in buying it on its own. I can find the use of the rest of the AOD box. So I will just save up and buy that instead. I would prefer to buy boxes like this. The Space Marine Battalion, the one that came with the Derodreo, the Mark III, the special weapons, that sort of thing. I'd much rather buy a box set like that than buying just a tactical squad. And it's why I like the fact that we've moved over to 20-man boxes for Space Marines. I know some people don't like big box sets, and they don't like the fact that you'll only be able to get these models in this box set to begin with, and that I can understand. If the release window between this and the individual releases is like a week, 2 weeks, that's fine. If it's 6 months, that's stupid. Yes, you can still buy all of these kits in resin if you want them. But I don't think there's no purpose I can see that is served by having a big window between the release of the two, other than FOMO, which we know Games Workshop loves. But I like these big box sets, and this means GW only has to have one box on the shelf instead of 3 big tank boxes. It also means they can get them out faster. The boxes generally are they're usually the last thing to be made. They're one of the things that generally take the longest. You have like 3 or 4 different people responsible for a box. The artist, the designers, photographers, the model painters. You have to wait for the models to be made. You have to make sure the artwork's done. You have to make sure it's printed. You make sure you get the masters back or the prototype to see if it actually is what you want. You then have to print and make a load of boxes, which are usually made in like China, and then ship a bunch of empty boxes from China to the UK, and then ship them out again. The boxes, I've spoken to guys in the industry before, in the miniatures industry, and like the box is the bane of their existence. It is one of the most awkward and time-consuming construction processes in the whole thing. I spoke to the guys at Warlord once, and they told me that the box can add 6 months to a release from when the models are finished to the time it hits the shelves. So, yeah. They've got 1 box to deal with, rather than 3. I would be absolutely fine with these models only being available in this big box set. If I want to get this box set, my friend wants the Thanatar and I want the tanks, I'll split it with him. That's fine. So, yes, it's the first place, but they will be coming out separately. There is no word here on what will happen with the next Heresy Thursday. I will assume we'll get one. I think we're doing pretty well so far. I'm interested to know what our next campaign book's going to be. We are still missing character models from the last campaign book. Cadus Next, I believe it was, and Camber Diaz for the Imperial Fists. 2 characters I'm very interested to see. But it's not the end of stuff released for the Heresy today. Oh no, it's getting bigger. JoyToy has started doing the Alpha Legion. And as always, JoyToy straight off the bat gives you models in better poses than Games Workshop. It'd also be really funny if this was the was the leak, because we're still waiting on a rumour engine that is a very similar spear, which is probably going to be that guy from the Black Library books, the Mike Brooks self-insert. They've gone for a very dark blue, metallic blue. The Saboteur is one of my least favourite Alpha Legion models. I think he just looks terrible. His pose is absolutely awful, but they've managed to give him better poses in some of the photos you've seen. There's this one, I think it is. There's one that's very much like this, but he's got a wider stance and he's holding the knife here, and it just looks so much better than all of the other poses. A Contemptor Dreadnought with a plasma cannon. I'd love to get. I really would love to get and paint some JoyToy stuff. I love working on bigger kits. There's so much room for freehand, for detailing, for weathering, for really getting in there and getting some like micro detail onto things. But boy, are these things expensive. So yeah, let me see if I can find the. I think it was probably posted on Facebook. It was neither. It was Instagram. Yeah, this is the pose. I think this looks so much better than. It's very similar to his actual model, but I think it just looks a bit more imposing, a bit more like he's sneaking around and he's stabbing people in the dark and causing all sorts of shenanigans. And I really wish that that GW just had a bit of a better run at kind of posing their models, because JoyToy consistently keeps doing this. They keep like posing the models better than Games Workshop. So yeah, that's that. That's what else we had for Heresy Thursday. I'm sure one day someone will want to send me some JoyToy stuff. I'll be happy to take it off your hands. Yeah, so that's it. We have no idea when these will be out. I reckon these will probably go up for pre-order, maybe this week or next week. I can't imagine with the announcement of a box set it's going to be too long. But yeah. So, let me know what you think. Do you think these are good releases? I know lots of people want more Marine stuff. I want more Marine stuff too. And I know some people are disappointed it's tanks, but what else are we going to get, right? So, let me know what you think of these things. Let me know what you're hoping we'll see next week. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you want to support the channel, like, comment, subscribing is free. And if you are picking these models up, or any other models, including the Death Corps Krieg box set, which still they have plenty in stock, Element Games will get you 15 to 25% off of models, paints, glues, brushes, cards, different games, airbrushes, 3D printers. And if you use code JAM737 at the checkout, it'll double the reward points you get, and give me a few. So, if you'd like to support the channel, it's not an affiliate link or anything. I don't actually get any kickback from them, other than just giving you guys double reward points. Which you have your own code as well, and if you want to give that to me in the comments, I'll add it to the list, and every time I buy something, I go down the list and I use someone else's code. So you'll get something back. So, yep, thank you very much. Lastly, if you want to come join our Discord and share your stuff with us, get into our spicy political arguments, poke fun at Kenny for being from California, or anything else, drop a comment down below. I will get you an invite link, and we'll be happy to have you. Right, well, thank you very much for watching. My name is Bando. This is Brexit Bando, and bye-bye.